First of all, I think we need to go over what is a messy base. What makes a base messy? So, like, what is exactly messy for? So you see here, this looks at least to my eye, this looks a bit weird. It looks overcomplicated, too wide, too many features, way too open, stuff like that. Then here, is this very clean that you have like you're blocked somehow to move in your compound? Feel like that's a problem. And then here, this just isn't very like clean, you know. Same goes to many other features in this base. Here, this whitecap shell, this just feels very off, doesn't it? This peak here. Then if we have like this tower type of thing, we have two peaks like this. Yeah, I mean, this is not too bad, but it's kinda still very weird. Then many people actually, like, some people make bases cool and they say just that they don't really care about the functionality. You know what I mean? Like they want to make the base cool and they want to make the base look nice and overall make the base look nice. But when you make a base look nice, in one's opinion, what's the point? Okay, yeah, you get nice looking base and stuff like that, but what's the point of making a cool looking base if it's not even good? If it's bad and if it doesn't function at all and stuff like that. Obviously, many people care about both. They care about looks and they care about the functionality. For sure, that can work and might work for you, might work for other people, you know. But when you have a good functioning base, like that doesn't have any weird features, doesn't have any messy places, not any like scuffed things, that's when like that's when the base looks good, because that's also when the base looks good on inside as well. You know, when you go to the inside, everything looks nice, tidy, it's cozy usually. It's nice to live in. It usually doesn't look bad on the outside as well. And what does even make a base look good? That's so vague opinion in my, like, I just don't really get it. I mean, sure, some things look better and some things look worse, But overall, I think the looks come with the functionality, you know? Like, when... Okay, actually, let me stream, like... let me stream fully my screen. Okay. And then if we go, like... Okay. We go here. Okay, we don't go there. Anyway. You see. Here's a... Well, that's kinda a fix to the problem. You have a problem that you don't want to clean your or no, that's not the problem. The problem is where to place your dirty shirt, for example. That's the problem, and you decide to throw it on the floor. Sure, do that. Sure, it does work, but what's the point? And then, well, if we can find like, okay, this doesn't quite, no, I have to use some Google Translator here. Damn. Here, the cables are messy, you know. You're fixing them with cable ties, for example. And, you know, here, I don't know. Just, basically, whenever you have a, whenever your base is messy on one part, you can just think of it as fixing some problem with a cable tie. Sure, it works at the moment, but what about when there is a little bit of pressure on the cable tie? You know, when you have a full like metal chain. You know, okay, yeah. Here's like a metal chain, but then you have like this paper link in the middle. This is the same thing. You just fix a problem with a like paper clip. Same with cable ties, same with anything like weird. So I just want this sounds weird, doesn't it? It sounds very weird. But the point is that even if you can make something look good or cool, it doesn't mean that you should do it. What you're saying, what you are trying to say, it doesn't matter how much you polish a shit, it's still shit. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, you know. So you shouldn't like try to polish something that is already bad. So yeah. But I just wanted to get that like out of the way, because I think that's the main problem for people. You won't believe it, but it's a problem for you. It's literally the last base you built, it has a problem like this, and you just fixed it with a cable tie. And I know this because I do that myself, so, you know, it's not a fix to the problem. Okay. Let's move on then. Now, if we are a little bit more specific about what causes a base to be messy or cluttered, we have a few things. First one is like bad metas overall, like some things that people hype up and they are like, oh, this is meta, this is meta. Trust me, guys, this is meta. You know, when you have like, okay, this is the mountain roof spam again, but you have a base here. Okay, here's your base, you know, cool base, and then you have the mountain roof foundations here. You go like this, and then you say that, trust me guys, it's meta, it's meta, it's meta. You know. Is this meta? Really? Ooh, I forgot some frames here. You know. Overall bad metas, that's the first point. Some other example could be well, it could be full China wall, even though it's fully not a bad meta since it's something that does work. But you know, yeah, trust me, guys, it's meta overall. Then, well, funnel wall could be one. You know, a funnel wall. You know, yeah. Let's go. I don't know what I'm doing, but this is a funnel wall, so it must be good. Okay, probably mountain roof has its place too, but you know, I haven't found it. I haven't found it, you know. Um, I think the next thing is like using the concepts and mechanics wrong. I don't like to call things meta because meta is just a vague word nowadays. People call anything meta. Is there any point in calling like new thing comes to a game and everyone is like, this is meta, this is meta. Trust me, guys, this is the most efficient tactic available. What do you mean? What do you mean that funnel wall is the most effective tactic available? You don't even know what it is for, you know? So, since many people just end up using concepts and mechanics wrong, and even like bad metas, they do have like some kind of functionality, but if you don't even get that small bit of functionality, it's not good. It's it's not good. So you know that's something that needs to be kept in mind all the time, especially when new things come out and new things like come into the game and building scene, and somebody comes up with a new bunker or um, for example ramp threats. Some people didn't even know how they work or what's the point was, or you know, people had ramp threats like when the ramp threat was a thing. People had ramp threats like this, but you know, this didn't. This does nothing. Basically nothing. Okay, yeah, sure, it pumps up the cost by 0.1 rockets or 1 rocket, but I don't know. Like, then the right use for example, ramp threat. If you have a threat here, like this, and then you have a ramp like this, for example, and then this threat covers a shell here and shell here, and then it's covers something here. That's like a good use of a turret, you know, and good ramp turret overall. Very hard to destroy and stuff like that. Obviously, the concept does not work anymore, but that was just a example, you know. Okay, then there are like much harder concepts. For example, inverted core. Actually, we can probably. I think. Lackey space is here. Yeah. Okay, so this is an inverted core. And one of the main features of inverted cores are the rings. That's the reason inverted core basically has to have a ring is because it almost relies on that. It relies on that you can like run across the whole base or the China wall, and you can defend your base from multiple peaks and points. You know, because if you don't have the ring, and you have to go in the middle, you have to go on the outside. You have to do some weird maneuvering. That's when you die, and that's when you lose the raid. Because, you know, if there wasn't a ring here and I had to go here, I'm dead. If I had to go outside, I can probably be dead. Yeah. So, that's using a concept wrong. So you have an inverted core, but you don't have rings in it. You have a inverted core, but you are missing a main feature of the base. Same goes with like other this type of concepts, coreless and like semi-coreless and different types of cores, you know. Ring core as well. Yeah. Okay, then I think we can take a look at one of my old bases again. I do not remember what was it called. Well, we can go with this one. This does the job too. Okay. You can probably see that it doesn't look good and it's pretty messy and yeah, overall just a bad base. Anyway, now here again, the concept I'm using is mountain roof. I don't fully grasp the concept here, and I don't fully understand why it works and why it doesn't in some bases. One of the reasons why it doesn't work in this base is because it's a way too large mountain roof in a very small base. So this is a 2x1 core. This is the core, main core. And this is my roof. Yeah, that's a problem. So it makes no sense to fit a mountain roof into a base like this. And even if I did fit a mountain roof in a base like this, it would need to be a lot smaller. So what I also did here is that I overdid the concept. I overbuilt the mountain roof. So you know, you can just see by the frames here and just overall way too overbuilt. No, like makes no sense. Why do you have the same peak million times when it doesn't make sense? It's just not good. Same goes with normal shooting floor. You can build it way too wide. So you know, you have a base here and then you decide to do double wide gap because you heard that was a good idea. I don't know. Okay, yeah. A little bit bad example, but yeah, anyway. Okay, damn. Damn. Very good shooting floor, way too overbuilt. Yeah, you get the idea already. Same goes with compound. You can easily overbuild the compound. You can see here, this is a... How many beds is there? There is four sleeping bags in the starter. How many is there large furnaces? Four. What do you mean? Why do I have all of these furnaces? What's the point? I have a way too overbuilt funnel wall here. No point in that also. I have 4 beds in one of the bedrooms here. And I have four bags here. What? Like I have probably more bedrooms here, yeah. 4 beds here, 4 beds here. Yeah, makes no sense. Also in the gates, I have 2 beds here. 2 beds here. Yeah. Just way too overbuilt. And like, well, actually, you can also do things underbuilt, and well, that doesn't happen way too often, but you can have a concept, a feature, a mechanic that needs to be certain like amount of, like, you know, large and or heights, certain heights, you know, stuff like that. For example, inverted core is a good example of this. In fact, you can't probably even make a solo inverted core. That's just because of, like, it will cost too much, and it's just not possible. Okay, yeah, maybe you can do a bad one, but again, that's when the base isn't clean, that's when the base is messy, and that's what we don't want to do. So we don't want to underbuild or overbuild features. And how do you know when you are overbuilding and underbuilding features? Well, okay, that's something you need to figure out, or I don't know, maybe I can teach you, but I probably won't get all of the concepts here because I won't remember them. So, but you can just use your own common sense because, well, obviously you do have it, so use it. So yeah. Then I think the next step is, or thing is, forcing features. Again here too, I have forced a mountain roof, compound, funnel wall, yeah, stuff like that in a small group base. And that makes little to no sense, you know. Like even the funnel. Why do you even have the funnel? Why do I even have the mountain roof? I'm just forcing them without even knowing what they do. So yeah, not good, not good. You can probably tell when you are forcing features, but I can probably give you example. Let's think that you have a 1x1. Okay, maybe this is actually not good. Let's do egg. Okay, let's do egg, and you want to do egg ring core. That is like small group. Okay. Well, you have the starter here, like this. Okay. Now you want to do it on the second floor. You want to do the ring core here, but you don't want to go too big and have the ring here. So what you end up doing is this is your ring. Okay. Now you have probably like loot rooms here, like this. And you have a door out here. Okay, cool. Okay, now you have a ring core. No. No, this is not even a closed ring core. You forced a feature. It was not a, like, the feature wasn't meant for this small of a space. So that's why it doesn't work here. You shouldn't force something to be smaller than it has to be. So ring cores usually needs to be a little bit bigger than this. Either like going around this, or you can probably do it with 1x1 if you go around the middle square, maybe, but that still feels like a open core-ish type of thing. So I would still suggest to go bigger than 1x1 if you plan to build like ring core. So maybe something like this. This is a pretty good middle part, and you know, just don't like. That's stupid. Don't force features. And funnel walls. they don't always fit, and if you're building a big ass funnel wall on a base that isn't meant for a main scene, you're forcing it. You don't need the feature, you're just overcomplicating things. You use the concept slash mechanic wrong, and yeah. Then I think the last thing is weird feeling. You know the weird feeling you get sometimes? I also made a video about this, or I didn't make a video, but it was the last step on the last guide of mine, I think. I think the weird feelings, it comes from all of these things combined or separately. So you have even one of these things, and it will affect, and it will make you will get like, you go about or you look at the base and you go like, is this really good? I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. Same goes with the roof. Like this does work, but is it good? I don't know. Like here, yeah, this is pretty cool to have. Like, you know, it's pretty cool to have like small China wall like this, and you know, it's sectioned and, you know, pretty cool. But is it really good? You know, you can probably tell that it's not very good. Like, okay, like feelings like this, I won't lie to you. Feelings like this will hide under the hype and under the like feeling that, oh yeah, I made it, this is it. Like feelings like that, you just you probably can't overcome that. Maybe you can, I don't know. But the only thing or advice I can give you here is that just wait for a day, wait for a 3 days, week, and come back to it. Come back to the base after that with fresh eyes, you know, no like expectations for the base, anything like that. Go back to it, see the base, and be fully critical about yourself and about the base, and you will realize that it sucks. You will realize the things that suck, and you know the feeling that, oh yeah, I fit the wide gap shell here, and the damn cool shooting floor. I don't even know. Let's go. I go away. I come back. Damn, this kind of sucks. So, so you know, that's probably the most efficient tactic. Like, yeah, it's all about these things that I talked about earlier. There are probably some more things, but that like cause these messy parts in your base and weird feelings, but I just don't know what else. There will be more reasons, but I think these are the main ones. Let's see. There has been a huge chat here. Naki actually has one he calls solo, but it's like, yeah, like the inverted cores I talked about earlier. You can say that some inverted core is solo, or you can do it as solo, but it's, when you think about average Rust player, he plays from 2x2s, right? He builds a 2x2 with a airlock like this. He closes it, you know, maybe goes to the Oxam gas station, comes back. He has metal doors like this, and then he goes to sleep. He never comes back. That's the day in a life of a Rust player. Most basic Rust player ever. So, you know, when you think about a guy like that, is it possible in any way, if he got all the materials in the world, is it possible in any way that he could build that base as a solo? Probably not. If the inverted core can fit duo or trio, it's duo/trio base. You know, you can say that, yeah, this base can fit a 12 man, but it's a solo base, you know? It's solo base, trust me. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of the same thing. That's just the feeling I get from that, but you know. Yep, and then now, how can then you like unmessy the things in your base? How can you make the things better? You know, make the base clean, make it look good, not really look good, but make it useful. That's a huge question, and there is multiple ways to go about this. You can possibly just reverse the things I said earlier, but it's not possible. It's just not possible that you know everything about base building. You know every single bit about bases, and then you also know how to build the bases. You know every feature, and you realize you realize that yeah, this is a wrong. I can't do this. You won't like realize something like that in the moment, so it's not realistic to think that, yeah, I can just do this and then, or I can just do the things backwards and then it will be fine. Obviously you have to do that a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. Overall, I think the best thing is, or the best tip overall, hands down, best tip that you won't do. I guarantee you won't probably do. 99% of builders can't do this. Go back to basics. No. That's not choice. You know, I want to build the mountain roof, man. Let's go. Like, go back to basics. Take like 2x2. Place an airlock. Finish it fully. Like this, you know. Then, but be a little bit better than the average Rust player. So expand it, you know. Go here and then have the chute here and then, you know, entrance here, and you know, you get the drill. You do this with every footprint that you can imagine. Most basic, like take circle and do the most basic circle you can think of. You know how to build basic things, but you just don't build them. Why? It's boring. It's very, very boring. I don't want to do that, and I don't do that, but it's either that or you try to force yourself to build overly complicated base, and you spend months and months building that base, and then you get it. Okay, then you are good, let's say. You make the first very, very good base design. Sure, you just spent 2 months on that and you lost a couple of brain cells and you hate yourself for that, and yeah, that's what I did. I can't recommend it, honestly. I think the best thing is to go back to basics and just like take a circle. Think about the most basic thing you can do. You know, take an egg, do the most basic thing you can do with egg. Don't even think about open cores, just like build the normal core, the starter here, then just expand it like you go to the second floor and then you build the normal core again. You have a couple loot rooms here and here, you know the drill again. But then just do it 4 levels, 3 levels, something like that. Just do the most basic things on every footprint. And okay, you can take, for example, basic open cores in the mix if you want to make it a little bit spicier. Do that, definitely. But okay, now you won't do that. That's for sure. You just won't. You won't go back to basics. So, what you can do instead then? Is there anything that you can do? Well, you have the new cool base and new idea for that, and it has a ring core and I don't know, mountain roof, tunnel wall, China wall, double compound. Yeah, stuff like that. Just take a couple of the features. Think about the categories they go under. Mountain roof? It's under roof and shooting floor. Double compound? Well, it's under normal compound. Ring core? Well, it's under cores. You think of it like that, and then go 1 step back, go 2 steps back. So, you have a ring core, maybe go to open core. You have a mountain roof, maybe go to mini mountain roof. You have double compound, maybe just go to single compound or like mini China wall without the outer layer. Make it tiny bit basic, more basic, a little bit simpler. That will help you like to actually, I don't know. Sometimes you just have to take a step back from it, look at it from a little bit further, maybe sleep the night, then come back to it and realize that it's shit, wipe the island, start again with a completely new idea, do that drill 20 times, 50 times, I don't know, for a year, for 2 years, then realize that it was all nothing. You benefited nothing, there was no point. You just did not go further in your building career, if we would say. So if you actually want to progress, you do need to take a step towards the basics. There is like, you have the, let's take paint here. Let's go. You have a, like, here is very basic stuff, and here is very cool stuff. Okay? You might be here, or you might be here, or maybe you're here. Just take a 1 step back. Come here, if you are here. Come here if you are here. Maybe come all the way here if you have the courage. It's hard, but yeah. And then after you have built basic stuff, just implement a little bit like more complex, more cool stuff later on. Now you have a very, very basic base. It doesn't even have compound. Okay, maybe it does. You have a normal compound, just 3 gates, that's it. Maybe add a compound outpost. That's a little bit stuff in the mix, If you have built multiple basic bases in a row, and then you build something more complex, you realize that or you might realize, I don't know about you, you just might not, but I don't know. The feeling I get that you would realize that it's almost pointless to have something that just adds on. You know? Like, okay, sure. This, like compound outposts, they are great. They do tons of things. Like, they stop the raiders from rotating and they give you bedrooms, peaks, and stuff like that. Mobility, even loot rooms. But when you step a little bit further away from it, take a step back and you look at it and you realize that you might not even need it. You might not need the features. And that's something that is really important to realize. If you have a very small base, is there a point to have the compound outpost? Do you really have a problem that raiders can rotate around your compound? Because really, that's the main thing compound outpost does. It prevents raiders from going around the compound. So is that your problem? If it's not a problem, is there a point to have it? Okay, maybe this went a little bit off the topic, because, well, that wasn't really about messiness anymore, but just go back to basics. I can't, like, I just have to say it a couple more times. Go back to basics. Go back to basics. It's so important. Okay. Second thing you can do is take a minimalistic approach. Okay, this kind of goes hand to hand with the basics, but if you have a mountain roof, for example, just have like this thought in your mind that how can I make this as minimalistic as possible? How can I make this as cost efficient as possible? How can I make this as easy as possible to build, as cheap, as, you know, as efficient? Because when you think about it through lenses like cost and efficiency, that's really when you like realize what you need to do, because every minimalistic thing is just, you know, come on, you get it. You don't, in a wipe, you just don't want to farm the extra node for some feature that you will never use. So if you just save your future self from the farming, and, you know, or also building, because let's be real, the building does take time. Maybe you do enjoy it a lot, but I think you just mainly enjoy building during a like on Sanctuary or Rusticated. Not too many people enjoy actually building on Wipe. Like, for sure, it's not too bad. It's kinda enjoyable, but if you have like tons of other fun stuff to do, like you could be raiding or you could be doing PvP, I don't know, some cool stuff, and then you miss out of it because you have to build the dumbass mountain roof. That's kinda sad. So when you have just the thoughts that how can I make this as efficient as possible, how can I make this a little bit more basic, that's when great things happen. Okay, so I think that's actually kind of everything we are going to cover today, but I just want to go over this base a little bit more. I think I did go over some problems with this base, but, you know, let's go over them one more time. So this is a very big base, but it's not meant for a large group. It's meant for smaller group. It's like maybe 6, but the starter is still kinda, well, actually, maybe it's a little bit larger, but 6 probably. I think it's like here, the double compound is just forced. It's a big, let's say, big base concept, big base thing to do usually, double compound, and not usually something that you would do on smaller bases. And if you do it, you don't do it tight like this. You do it very, very like more wide. So you don't want to cut the costs on like this outer compound here. Even this is too small. You would probably need to go over like larger one more time. But yeah, two compounds like this is just forced again, and the mini China wall is forced to be this small. Usually would need to be a little bit larger. Then here I did not fully grasp the like wide gap shell concept. The point is not to have like shooting floor after your wide gap shell. It's supposed to be on the wide gap shell. So you know, I would cut it somewhere around here. So I would only have like this ring going around here. Something like that. And then again, not fully grasping why you should have peaks like this. This like tower kind of peak thing. So, and little conclusion about what's make the bases bad metas, using the concept and mechanics wrong and not getting the idea behind them, overdoing things, forcing features, and weird feeling which comes from all of the things we covered. And how you can unmessy your base is going back to basics and minimalistic approach.